Today I have a very powerful technique to share with you to help you to manifest multiple things at once. This technique has been an absolute game changer for me. It has been manifesting things in my life very, very easily, and I can now manifest multiple things at once. And I'm going to share all the details with you now. I've never seen anybody doing anything like this, so this is totally unique and you will have never seen this before. So a lot of people ask me, is it possible to manifest multiple things at once? And my answer is that yes, you can manifest multiple things at once. However, it is much more difficult. So I actually advise people to manifest one thing at a time. And that doesn't mean that you can't do other techniques to manifest multiple things at the same time, but usually your focus should be on manifesting one thing at a time, because it's very difficult to actually remember what you're trying to manifest. And that is the problem. The main problem with trying to manifest more than one thing at a time is that you simply can't remember what it is that you are trying to manifest. And the technique that I'm about to share with you completely changes all of that. Usually people have one main thing that they're trying to manifest. Say, for example, they might be trying to manifest a certain amount of money, they might be trying to manifest business success, maybe a new relationship, maybe a health goal, something to do with their appearance. There's usually one main thing that motivates most people. And if I asked you now if you could just have one thing, what would you choose? You would probably be able to tell me the answer. But if I said to you, what are the 5 most important things that you want to manifest right now? If I told you you can have 5 things, if you can just list them very, very quickly, you probably wouldn't be able to do it. And the reason is because you haven't remembered the things that you want to manifest. So the technique that I'm sharing with you today actually helps you to not only manifest the things, but remember the things that you want to manifest. So what is the technique that I'm sharing with you today? The name of the technique that I have invented is called the Manifestation Memory Mansion Technique. And the way in which I came up with this technique in the first place is because I was actually trying to manifest a better memory. I had been telling myself the story all of my life that I have a bad memory. And one day I decided I am going to manifest having a good memory. That's just something that would completely change everything for me. So I simply decided that I now have a good memory. And as soon as I made that decision, I started being led to resources that would help me to improve my memory. And I came across a memory improvement technique called the Memory Palace. So I have used that as a basis for designing my own technique, the Manifestation Memory Mansion. So instead of calling it a palace, I've called it a mansion because it's got a much better ring to it. So I'll just explain to you what the Memory Palace is, and then I will explain how I have adapted this technique for manifestation. So how the Memory Palace technique works is you use physical locations like a house, for example, which has multiple different rooms to remember multiple different objects. So say if you were trying to memorize 5 different objects, what you would do is in your imagination, you would place one object in each room and you would associate that room with that object in your imagination. And this really helps people to remember things because they have formed an image of something that is very familiar to them, which is like their house, but they have placed something in that room that is unfamiliar to them, which is the object that they are trying to remember. And the association of mapping out the familiar with the unfamiliar helps you to remember that information. So the Manifestation Memory Mansion technique does something very similar, but instead of placing objects in each room to remember them, we are placing the things that we want to manifest in each room so that we can remember them. So why does this technique actually work? Why does it actually manifest anything? And it manifests because the way in which our brains work is that in order for the subconscious mind to be programmed with something, we have to form a memory, and I call these reverse memories because you're reversing the order in which they happen. You see the memory before it's actually created in your mind. So you have to form a memory in your mind that impresses the subconscious mind with that memory of the thing that you want to manifest. And when the subconscious mind is impressed, that will create a new reality in which you experience your desire, your manifestation in your physical reality. So all of manifestation works on the principle of creating memories. So the better our memories are, the more things we are going to be able to manifest. And me telling myself that I had a bad memory all of my life was actually really holding back my ability to manifest, because I couldn't remember the things that I wanted to manifest. But no more. Not only can I manifest the main thing that I'm actually working on, I can remember multiple things, and I can actively work on manifesting more than one thing at a time using the manifestation memory mansion technique. So how does the manifestation memory mansion technique actually work? So this is what I encourage you to do. I encourage you to either choose your own home or your childhood home, or a home that you are very familiar with. And it would be better if this room had at least 5 different rooms so that you can manifest at least 5 different things. It doesn't have to be 5 things. It could be 4 things. It could be 3 things. And what you need to do on a piece of paper is write down 5 different areas of your life and what you would like to specifically manifest for each of these 5 areas. And I encourage you to set one goal, one thing that you want to manifest for each of the main 5 areas in life. And these 5 areas are: number 1, income. How much income do you want to make per month or per day or per week, whatever time frame you want to use. The second area is: what impact do you want to make in your work, in your field of expertise? How do you want to help people, and how do you want to get paid for helping people? What specifically would you like to manifest when it comes to making an impact on other people's lives? For example, how many people do you want to reach? How many followers do you want to have? How many customers do you want to have? That kind of thing. The third area is health. What specific goals do you want when it comes to your health? What kind of healthy person do you want to be? Do you want to be an energetic person? Do you want to be a very well person? Do you want to be a fast runner? Do you want to be strong? What kind of goals do you have when it comes to your health? And these can also include mental health. The fourth area is relationships. What specifically would you like when it comes to relationships? This can either be romantic, it can be friendship, it can be family, whatever goal you want to focus on when it comes to relationships. For example, it could be something like: I want to get married, I want to meet my ideal partner, I want to improve my existing relationship. What specifically do you want when it comes to relationships? And the fifth area is appearance. What do you want to manifest when it comes to the way you look? Do you want to be slimmer? How slim do you want to be? What kind of weight do you want to be? What kind of clothing size do you want to be? Do you want to have some kind of appearance change? What specifically would you like to look like? If you could measure it, what specific goal would you set? So now that you have written down your 5 goals, your 5 main things that you want to manifest, this is how you manifest multiple things at once. You are going to place one of these things in each of the rooms of your house. And when you have placed one thing in each room, and you might want to write this down at first so that you can remember it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to visualize walking into one room at a time. And then when you get into that room, you look at the room, you see what's around you, you're very familiar with that room. And then you say in your imagination, in your mind, the declaration surrounding that manifestation that you want. For example, you walk first of all into your lounge, into your kitchen, whatever room comes first in your house. You get into the room and you've allocated your particular goal to that room. So you're walking into your kitchen and then you say, right now, I am making $20,000 per month. And then you walk out of that room, you walk into the next room of your house, and you say the next declaration. I call these declarations brain stamps because they literally stamp your brain and change the neural pathways in your brain physically when you start to believe something different. So do that for every one of the 5 rooms. If you've got more than 5 rooms in your house, just ignore the other rooms, just focus on 5 rooms, and you're going to replay this scene over and over in your mind. At first, you might not remember all of the 5 things, so keep referring to your piece of paper. Visualize the first thing first in the first room, then have a look at your piece of paper again, walk into the next room in your imagination, visualize the second thing, and keep doing that. Do that every day, and eventually you will remember all 5 rooms and you'll remember all 5 manifestations. And then when you're out and about, you can replay these affirmations, these declarations, these brain stamps in your mind whenever you have a spare moment, when your brain isn't actively engaged, and you can keep replaying these affirmations, these brain stamps over and over again in your mind. So the process of using the memory mansion is that it will help you to remember multiple things at once, so that when you don't have your piece of paper with you, you will still be able to very quickly draw to mind the things that you are manifesting. And the benefit of doing this is because you have associated your manifestations with a very familiar setting in your own home or in somebody else's home that you go to very often. As soon as you walk into that room, it will bring to mind your manifestation, because you think, I have imagined this scene already. This is a scene where I make a lot of money. And because you do that every single day, then that will help you to associate your manifestations with that very familiar scene that you encounter every day. So that's why I do encourage you to use your own home if at all possible. If you don't have more than 5 rooms in your house, say for example, you only have 2 rooms in your house, then what you can do is you can separate different corners of one room into different areas for every single manifestation. So you can walk into your room, turn to the left. What do you see there? That's where you make one declaration. Then you go over to a different piece of furniture over here and you associate that with a different brain stamp, a different declaration over there. Then you walk into another area of the house and you associate a different affirmation over there as well. So you can use one room and just put things in different areas and associate them with different things that you see in that particular room. This is the only technique that I have found that consistently helps me to manifest multiple things at one time, because it helps me to remember what I'm manifesting. It's an absolute game changer. Now, what I have shared with you is a very simple version of the manifestation memory mansion technique, because I have just placed the situational beliefs or the situational affirmations in the rooms itself. But if you have watched another one of my videos called "This is Blocking Your Belief, the Hierarchy of Beliefs," then you will know that situational beliefs can actually be blocked by other beliefs higher up the hierarchy of beliefs. So I encourage you to go and watch that video and understand about the different beliefs that can be blocking these situational beliefs, because that's the only thing that can stop your manifestations coming to you. And I have actually created an entire course around teaching the manifestation memory mansion technique inside my business manifestation club. And in this course, I go into a lot more detail, and we actually place more than one thing at a time in each room. So we don't just place the situational beliefs, we place the other beliefs. We place the reality beliefs, the self beliefs, and the spiritual beliefs inside of the house and also outside of the house. And we use ways to help us to remember these beliefs so that there's absolutely nothing blocking our manifestation. You can actually join the Business Manifestation Club for free. So I would encourage you to join and go and watch that course totally free. I help people manifest fame, fortune, and followers, and I actually have a manifestation board pack that you can get for free. So click below if you are interested in manifesting different milestones. So I have actually created a guided meditation to help you manifest multiple things at once. And you can get that by clicking the link below. And this video walks you through the entire manifestation memory mansion technique. So go and check that out as well. So if you liked this technique, I would love it if you would share it with somebody else to help me spread the word about this technique, because I think it has got the ability to help so many people to transform their lives. Because as humans, we don't just want to manifest one thing at a time. We do want to manifest in every area of our lives, because then we'll be happy, then we'll be balanced, then we'll be fulfilled and content. There's no point in just manifesting money if we don't have anyone to share that money with. And that's why we do need to manifest multiple things at one time. If you like this content, please subscribe for more. And now it's your turn to go and put your stamp on the world.